your time. When moving slowly.
Ironwood Games. This is Andrew. Welcome back to Assassin's Creed. Since the last video, I wandered around, the previous town, picked up some flags and such, got a horse, and transitioned to this new area. This was an eagle circling above our viewpoints, climb to the top to scan the area. So it wants us, which I think is that eagle on the mini-map, it wants us to climb up to the top of that little tower there. And I think we're in... Let's go look at our thing. We're just kind of in the kingdom map, which we haven't explored or doing, so I think it'll fill itself out and add details as we get there. And then I think Damascus is our target area. So we're going to check out this viewpoint here and then make our way to Damascus. On that. So let's see. Dismount. I think if I remember all of my controls, if I run up here, here we go. I think I can climb up. And alright, we're up to this piece. I did adjust my camera controls a little bit recently to where they're... Alright, so press the button after reaching viewpoint to synchronize and clear a part of your map. Okay, so this will do a little pan around, show us some of that area, and fill in part of the map. Cool, 1 of 12 viewpoints reached within the kingdom. Okay, and so we see a little bit more of the area, and we see some of those other viewpoints here, which at some point, again, when I'm probably not on recording with you guys, I'll go and hit all the viewpoints, because that's kind of a part I enjoy, and there's not much to do with you. They show up on the map here. You could, figure those out. I don't want to waste all your time with it. It looks like this, I'm going to assume, is a jumping off point for quick getting down. Yep. So very similar to a mechanic we saw in Breath of the Wild. In climbing those towers to kind of reveal the next part of the map. Let's see. It's just teaching me about the map here. And kind of explore. And that part of the game I did enjoy. I wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. For various reasons, the little bit of like crafting they incorporated, the durability of weapons, was not for me. The open worldness, I did like though, and part of that was like finding those towers, trying to figure out how to get to the next place. Oh. These guys want to fight me, I guess. Okay, so let's... I'm exposed, so I could run around, but I think we're going to dismount and we're just going to fight these guys. We're going to try. And there we go. Okay. You attack me, you're no longer innocent, and I will attack you. They're not dead, apparently. They look like they're just on the ground. Unhappy. That's fine. So we did see them as we were approaching. I didn't think they were a threat, or didn't assess a threat. Alright, so when we got a little marker here that tells us kind of where we're going. So I did read before I started doing this, I was just looking in and seeing if, playing the original Assassin's Creed was worthwhile, and it's something that was on my list, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. And so one of the things I did read, um, some people had recommended if you kind of play a little more blind, and not just kind of follow the mini map to your target and stuff, but really look for landmarks and kind of follow them that way. They said it can increase the immersion and the enjoyability, which I do like. So I will try and not click into the map too much and just kind of wander around following mini map pieces. And doing that, and it looks like, again, we would assume that this is hostile territory here, and we don't want to go there, so we're going to take the open path and not get into their little encampment. And then we see up here another eagle circling a tower, which is nice if they're, similarly architectured. They look kind of similar. It does help in that sense of recognizing those pieces, and it's not trying to figure out what the different viewpoints or the towers look like. Okay, he did not like me climbing the tower, but that's all right. So by climbing, they lost sight of me. And that was another thing we saw again in Breath of the Wild. Those towers were all the same architecture. They all stood out in the landscape. And so you could kind of get from one to the next, or figure out from one you were at what was nearby or close to you to get to. And so we've got a similar kind of thing, at least in this kingdom aspect. They might... I don't know if we have viewpoints in the cities. If we do, they might look different in the city, given their... If cities have different, look and feel, I don't know how much those look the same. All right, so we have vanished by hiding in the pile here. The question is, do we need to go back that way, where we came from, and mess with those guards? And I don't think so. It looks like this stone in front of us would be pointing to Damascus down this way, so we're gonna continue down this way. We're not spotted. If we go back up that way, I think we get spotted. I'm not sure if there's a way to call my horse back to meet me. I'm gonna walk up to this horse and see. Maybe I can just claim another horse. Yeah. All right. So we're just pillaging horses. That's fine. Horse fighting. You can attack them by hitting the... in high profile. Okay. So I don't know where I'm spotted from. But I could see why you're angry that I stole your horse. That's reasonable to me. There is a flag up there on that roof. I don't know if I can get up there without going another way, but I'm going to try and... maybe we'll hide. I don't know if we can sneak up on this guy and murder him. I don't even know if he's a bad guy, to be honest. I think they are. But I don't know for sure. And the fact that I'm get the indicator and it tells me I'm being seen, but it's not always clear from which direction I'm being spotted, is a little frustrating. But such is the nature of this game, and I think the idea of trying to kind of be somewhat stealthy and make your way around and blend in. I think they've, hit on that, and I don't feel like it's unreasonable, the level of detection, or that you don't know where the detection necessarily is. So it looks like, I think that's going to be another marker farther to Damascus. Yeah, but I do want to try and go up here and grab that flag, because after all, I am a collector and I want to collect all of the flags. If they give me something to collect, I will try and collect it, which can be a little problematic for me. And let's see, can I jump on there? All right, collect a flag. Ooh, King Richard flags. Okay, so these must be collected in the kingdom. So I think each region or kind of zone, or what will you, has its own style of flag. I don't know if that's the one we saw from below, or if there's another one on that other house over there. We're gonna find out by climbing, rotating, and getting up. Okay. All right, and then we'll look at this last one, and then we will go to Damascus. Yeah, there was one more here. Okay. Come on, there we go. All right, so there's 100 flags out in the kingdom. Let's see if we can. We'll come back and hunt around for those later. I am not. As much as I enjoy it, I also enjoy doing kind of, a thorough search, kind of setting up a grid, if you will, at least in my mind, right, of this, and then kind of searching section by section for those collectibles and things, which is why, for me, that's kind of enjoyable. It's meticulous and methodical, but I don't think you guys will enjoy that, and so I'm not going to subject you to that. We'll collect a couple that are just obvious as we see them, because we can. And I may stop doing that as well, just because that way later on, when I'm going for them, it'll kind of help me know that I haven't searched in that area. Which is also kind of why I'm poking around behind some buildings over on this side as I get down, is just looking for any other kind of common ones. Alright, I really like this ability that there's just saddled horses lying around, and I can just kind of steal whichever horse I want that is most convenient for me at the moment. Alright, so I think we're pretty close here. Alright, so somebody... Bad guy is within sight here. Which I think he was up at this front here. Those might be some guards too. It looks like that guy is also curious about me. So let's try and kind of sneak behind him. Because I don't need to murder everyone and fight. I kind of would prefer to continue or try and stay a little bit stealthy. I was just going to run here, but there's a horse right here, and it looks like we're 500 and some, what I'm going to call meters, away from our target. So I'm going to walk slowly here, try to do my blend. since there were a couple of guards there. A couple more guards there, but they're facing the other way. So I think I'll be fine if I don't trot through here. I just take a slow little canter. I don't know if they're going to see me down below this cliff when I get to this little city area here. Here's another tower, and you guessed it, we're going to climb up. We're going to see the sights. Ooh, and there's a flag over here. Okay. So maybe I should be checking. I didn't check any of the other towers on these other sides for flags, so we should do that. I just happened to see that one kind of around the corner. Alright, so another view. That's kind of where we came down from. I will say, for kind of the expanse of this kingdom and getting around, I do also appreciate that there's not a lot of like distracting things or things to get kind of sidetracked with, or a bunch of like what would feel like side quests being presented. And it's really just given to us as area to cover and to connect these various regions, as opposed to just having these distinct. Because you could also, with that kind of fast forward mechanic they have, we could have a situation where they just start you at the next city, right on that. But I like that there's a little bit of connection and kind of ground between them, and you get a bigger sense of the world. And then I also would imagine it can be then useful for quests or things that chain across. All right, so Jerusalem's back that way. They could chain across different cities, or go from city to the larger kingdom into another city, and give you kind of continuity between the areas. All right, so I learned that I can jump. Yeah. The question is, do I want to go climb this tower? Somebody sees me. Ooh, is this a Templar? I think it is. Looks like he has the shield. We're gonna try and fight him. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got whacked pretty good. Oh no, don't throw me. Alright, we might die. Maybe we shouldn't have attacked this Templar. Oh, we eliminated him. Okay. So oh, now we're being attacked by this guy, though. He did not like that. Okay. Dude, buddy, I was just attacking the Templars. Like, are you a Templar? Do you love the Templars? No, you don't. You know that you don't like them. Alright, so I killed Templar, and then it gave us 1 of 60, so it looks like that's another kind of collectible element, or like a quest item. Kind of sub-quest that we could do is tracking down and killing Templars. It seems pretty obvious, like just from the setup and what we've got so far, that the Templars and our Brotherhood are kind of at odds. At least philosophically, if not necessarily morally or religiously or some other way. just that they're kind of opposing organizations at the very least. I do like that they added that kind of quick that way to kind of quickly get down. Oh, okay. So there's a bunch of guys. I like that they, they patrol. I'm not really doing like a stealth thing where I'm hiding to ambush them. I'm just able to kind of walk around them and avoid them. And that seems true to kind of what the game wants in the setup of the flavor of this, is that I'm not out here to just murder people and cause havoc. And there generally would be considered innocents unless, I suppose, they attack me. Here, we found another Templar, though. And I do want to kill Templars. Okay. I am not great. I don't know if you can hear all the button clacking as I just mash buttons, because I'm not a pro at fighting or anything, but I am a pro button masher. So, and so far it's worked. We were able to eliminate a second Templar. So I like that they're just kind of scattered around too, doing their own thing. That they seem to have, like, they've set up little camps or whatever across here, and I can attempt to kind of murder them, take them down, thin their ranks as we jump, kind of progress towards our goals. Alright, so I think this is kind of the waypoint that will take us
Killing some of your pursuers will make it
to Damascus. Alright, so the one thing they did, like, kind of once you get to that kind of gateway, there's a little bit... We saw this on the way out here from the kingdom to the city. They kind of shortcut that area where they said, okay, we don't need to spend time. There's nothing really between here. Kind of the exit, say the exit / entrance, but like the gateway from the kingdom to the city. So like kind of once you've picked a thing and you've kind of gotten to the path of it, you're on the road to the city. They shortcut you just to that city where you're just outside of the city. Which is nice, and again, cuts down on some tedium. So there's parts where you feel like there's immersion and connection to like the world at large. Ooh, I gotta save a citizen. Alright, why are you guys picking on this guy? What do I do? I hit this? No, this button. Here we go.
Your life ends now.
Wait for the next guy to step up. They are very polite. Well, I said that and then they kind of double teamed me. But they will wait and give you a moment.
The last of them? I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either. You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it. Who could have done such a thing?
Oh, man. Okay, so I don't know why he was scholars. Help you get past guard posts. Okay, so
This is an ill omen.
moving hiding spot. Use them to get by guard posts. So I'm assuming guard posts are just stations where there's probably just a lot of guards, and I don't know that they're an actual physical, area so much as just this idea of there's guards to get in and out of the city, and I'm just going to use them here to blend in. And in theory, we aren't harassed by them because we're respected scholars. And then yeah, it looks like we got past kind of the gate. Here, and then I assume once I'm inside the city, I can exit this blend on this, but I kind of want to see where we go and what else happens. There may be a few more guards that we get past, or they may just head back out, make another round, which looks like they are kind of just heading back. So I'll leave you guys to it. There was another citizen over here being kind of bullied, so we might go see what we can do about that. But I don't want to engage this guy. Let him go past. Nope, he came back anyways. The good thing is you do kind of recover some health or sync points or whatever we're calling them. Pretty easily. But the bad news is that the guards do get attracted pretty easily here as well. Okay. Break line of sight and hide using haste. Oh, there's just hiding spots. So they're just giving me more tutorials.
I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon either. You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it.
All right. So, it looks like there's a district, because this is just the poor district of Damascus, so there might be within the cities a number of districts. I want to know where we need to go and what we're supposed to do. So we were told to go to basically the local bureau by our boss man. But I'm not sure where that is. I'm going to climb a roof and maybe we'll get an idea a little bit more here from a roof. We are getting close to our time, so we'll probably want to end it here. So we do have that eagle circling, and we know those eagles said they were viewpoints. Ooh, I wonder if there's guards up on the roof, because that looked like a guy over there. So I don't know if the eagle is circling that tower. Right in front of us here. It kind of looks like it, so we're going to run over to that. And this is where I said they might be a little bit different within each city, or within the city a little bit different than when they're out in the kind of world map. Okay, come on. Alright, so let's see if we can get up on here. Do an eagle vision. So this I'm going to assume is, since we had that message before, the poor district. I'm going to assume that kind of gave us the map of the poor district. One of 9 viewpoints scaled within the poor district. So maybe there's 9 viewpoints in the poor district, and So I went to the map just to kind of see real quick, and yeah, it looks like this whole area. So there's just 4 districts, but we got information about all of them. And then the Bureau is kind of down in the center, which I was wondering and kind of looking at the... one of these stood out, and I thought was maybe the Bureau. But I don't know on that. So I think that's we're gonna end off here. We're gonna call it a day. Next time we'll get to the Bureau and we'll start kind of poking around Damascus and see what happens. So thanks for joining. As always, if you enjoyed this, please like the video, share, subscribe, let your friends know. And then feel free to leave us a comment, tell us what you think, what you want me to do. If you have any ideas or suggestions, no spoilers please, but just if you want to see me do anything, or if you want to see some videos where I track down more points or whatever, I don't think that'll be interesting for you guys, but again, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. All right, everyone, have a good one.